Hi, everybody. It's Paige with Fathom Realty. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and talk about the two main changes that are coming down the road for buyers and for the industry due to the National Association of Realtors lawsuit settlement. But first, I do want to say that commissions have always been negotiable. So if anybody or the news or any articles are saying that there's a standard fee and that it's always been this and that sellers have been required to pay this, that's just not true. Essentially, always there have been conversations both on the listing side as well as on the buying side as to what type of commission should be paid or could be, or the seller wants to pay. Essentially, that's what it is. Like, it's always a conversation. So just wanted to start with that. The two main things that are happening. Number one is that now there are no offers of compensation or of commission allowed to be shown on the MLS. So what that means is that if I have a buyer that wants to go see a particular property, and there's no way for me to know immediately whether or not that seller is offering any type of compensation or commission to me as a buyer's agent. So what does that mean? That means that I have to take an extra step, which is fine. Obviously, as buyer's agents, we do a lot of things. So have to take an extra step to either call or email or text that agent to be able to find out whether or not they are offering any type of compensation. Or there's been talk of now listing those commissions on a separate type of app or a separate type of website, or the brokerages can actually list those commissions on their websites as well. So it just cannot be on the MLS anymore. So lots of talk about workarounds and like different ways in which to share that information. And I'll talk more in another video about what that actually means for buyers if a seller is not going to be offering any type of compensation or commission to the buyer's agent. I will talk about that. The second thing that's happening is that before we are even allowed to show a house, we have to get a buyer's agreement. So that agreement will detail out what type of property, what the price range is, what everybody's expectations and what the agent's duties are to the client, and also what amount of compensation is expected. And again, this is negotiable between a buyer and a buyer's agent. And as I will talk about in my next video, it doesn't mean that the buyer is going to have to pay that full amount. There are other things that can be done, but it is explicitly saying in the agreement that, for example, Paige works for X amount. If the listing agent or the seller is not offering X amount, then there's other things that need to happen. So that agreement has to be signed every time with a buyer prior to us even showing a house. And that actually also goes for open houses, which is so interesting. But with an open house, it doesn't have to be a full-blown buyer's agency agreement. It actually can be what's called a showing agreement, but they do need to fill that out. So very interesting things. I will talk more about what sellers should be thinking about and also what buyers should be thinking about in my next two videos. I hope this helps, and reach out anytime if you need any more information or have any questions. Have a great night.